Hey everybody, I hope everybody is doing well today. Today I want to take a moment to talk about the underdogs. And the reason I want to talk about that is because I am a believer, that the underdogs are the ones that really inspire the world. It's not the person who had it all together growing up, that their family had it all together. It's not the person who always had the money. It's not the person who came from a prestigious educational background. No. It's the guy who came from the hood. It's the girl who graduated from a school or dropped out of school that had a low graduation rate. It's the person who came from a dysfunctional family. It's the person who's been through abuse and trauma. It's you. Whoever you are, whoever the person is that happened to you, you're the underdog. You're the person that the world says because of what you've been through, you can't be what you want to be. And I'm here to shed some light on God because, well, he's already bright, but I'm here to shed some light on the work that is done within the underdog story. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, man, if we could just push through the junk that the world is telling you as to why you can't make it, there's no telling how far you would go. There's no telling. And I'll bring up some people. An example is Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey right now is a big deal. He's doing his thing. Wealthy. Why? Because he pursued his dreams. You know what he came from? He lived in his car and he was dead broke. And there's a story where he was in Florida and they called him from New York and said, if you can find yourself here on Sunday, we'll put you on TV. Steve Harvey had no food, no place to eat, no place to live, and he literally sat in his car and cried. And just like that, God provided. And somebody called him and was like, yo, I saw some stuff on you and I think you're really funny. If you could drive down here tomorrow night, then I'll pay you $150 for the night. It was in Florida. He drove down there. He was so good. They said, all right, bro, listen, you were so good. We want you here on Saturday night, tomorrow night, and we'll pay you $300. He got paid enough to be able to go to New York and made it on TV. Why? Because he didn't give up. And when you truly believe in something, I believe that when it is your purpose, when it is your destiny, and that seed has been planted in your heart, that God provides a way for you to get through. But first you have to struggle. Because your testimony, your story is nothing if you don't have a struggle. It's nothing if you didn't come from something that could have been an odd against you. Another person, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was abused when he was a kid. Tyler Perry was beaten and he was like living in his car. He grew up in poverty. Tyler Perry had a bunch of different little jobs. He was a shoe shiner. He was a custodian. He did many little things here and there. When he was in 4th grade, he had a teacher that went around the room and asked everybody, what do you want to be when you grow up? Tyler Perry was the only one who said, I want to be a millionaire. And the teacher told him, well, you'll never be able to become a millionaire because you're poor and you're black and the odds are just so great against you that you'll never be able to make it. Now look at Tyler Perry, created his own empire. Jay-Z was living in the hood, in the ghetto, and he was selling drugs, and now he built his empire. My whole point of me sharing all these things is that it doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter who told you that you can't make it. It doesn't matter how messed up your family is. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you believe in that thing that God has planted in your heart. What matters is that you have the willpower to push through. What matters is that you are your biggest fan. What matters is that you are continuously thinking and pursuing everything that you believe is for you. You were meant for amazing things. You were meant to do beautiful, amazing things. And sometimes the thing that you were called to do seems so crazy and outlandish because you were the one that's supposed to start that type of field. You were the one that was supposed to start that business. You were the one that's supposed to start that line of clothing. You're the one that's supposed to start that type of music. You were made to do something, whether it be similar to other people's things and you're adding just more value to what that field has already, or whether it be you starting your own field, starting your own stuff. You were meant to do amazing things. And I believe that we all have a purpose. And I never take credit away from the universe, because I believe that the universe truly provides. And sometimes it's when you're rock bottom, it's when you're really desperate, it's when you're crying and you're saying, I don't know how this is going to happen, I'm scared that if I try and I fail, and I'm afraid and I don't know where I'm going to go with this. That's when the universe comes through with a little bit of light, because you just had a little bit of hope. The message for today: the underdogs thrive. If you're an underdog, if you're a person that was born under crazy circumstances, that doesn't have to be the end of your story. That doesn't have to be it for you. If you're an underdog, shout out to you. If you're an underdog, write down your dreams. If you're an underdog, read, look into things, nourish the seed that's in your heart, and start pursuing that dream, that vision that you have, because nobody can do what you were meant to do. Nobody could do it like you. They could try. They might try. But they're not you. And you were meant for greatness. And you have something in you that's going to change the world. And that's the whole point. That because you were born in the circumstances you were born in, that's what's going to make your story even more inspiring. And it's going to make other people believe that they have a purpose and that they can pursue it and that they can make it too. Be an example to the people and the kids who come from your community. Be an example to the people and the kids who come from your type of background. Be an example to the people and the kids that are coming from messed up families and messed up places. Like, that's you. You have the power to change the world. And that's what the greatest fear is. It's not the fear that, sometimes it's really not that, oh, well, what if I try and I don't make it? Sometimes that is the initial fear. But I think sometimes the greatest fear is, what if I make it and I don't know what to do anymore? And I am here to tell you that when God has placed something in your heart and something is for you and it's a part of your purpose, your destiny, and your dreams, you're never going to run dry. You're never going to run dry. You're always going to have more to pull from. You're always going to have more, because that's what's going to make your story amazing and great. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful and blessed week. Don't forget to self-reflect and believe. Just believe in who you are and what you were made to do. So with that being said, peace and love, my friends.